Hey folks, I'm going to spend some time with Tony Baer, who's done a lot of research on IT modernization, and I think it would be great to spend some time with him and get his insights. Hey Tony, thanks for spending some time with us here at Oracle. I know that you've done a lot of research in the area of IT modernization, and just love to get some thoughts from you on why customers are drawn to cloud and some of the challenges that they're facing along that way.
Okay, thanks for having me on today. The draw to the cloud has been a long-term secular trend. It's been going on for the past 15 or 20 years, and we've been tracking it through our research, and it's basically evolved from initially tactical use. Let's say we buy app dev teams using it for test dev, to opportunistic use, and now basically organizations are looking at it as a vehicle for transformation, especially as so much more of their business is going digital. And what we're finding is that organizations are really looking to the cloud to really take advantage of that operational simplicity, control, and agility they can get with cloud native computing.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've been trying to make that journey easier for companies at Oracle. We've been delivering our Exadata Cloud Customer platform for a few years now. We've got thousands of customers on it. And it gives them kind of an infrastructure as code for the database layer with some APIs for self-service, and it gives them the ability to get that cloud pay-per-use kind of consumption model, which is really important. And it kind of gives it a continuous experience too, because they're basically able to have the same experience whether they're dealing with database services in their own company data centers versus the public cloud itself. And we feel like now with these new game-changing capabilities that we're delivering, it's really going to help out quite a bit in this transformation. I mean, we're now delivering our autonomous database services in that Cloud Customer format, so it completely eliminates all this administrative burden. And then we also have the dedicated region, so you can get that entire stack of infrastructure and platform services, all self-service, yet in the customer data center, so they don't have to lift and shift anything. They can basically take advantage of that entire stack. So yeah, Tony, I'm curious what your thoughts are on how these new additions to Oracle's Cloud Customer solution is going to impact a company's ability to make that cloud transformation.
Well, really, it's a game changer in two ways. First off is the autonomous database. Basically, it's a self-running database. It's where Oracle uses machine learning on top of all its database automation to fully automate the operation, the running of a database. Now, other cloud providers are starting to incorporate machine learning to help optimize various parts of either operating or configuring their databases. Oracle's the only one that really takes that full circle, and that really basically delivers on the promise of operational simplification. DBAs are still important, but they don't have to do all the housekeeping tasks. The other element of this is dedicated region, which the importance of that is that with dedicated region, now a customer can get a choice of virtually any of Oracle's public cloud services, whether it be IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS, and run it within their data center or, say, a co-location of their own choice. The significance of that is that for many organizations, public cloud has not been an option, at least for some or all of their data, whether it be for internal policy or regulatory reasons. And say, for instance, let's say there's a cloud region there's not a cloud region within their country. There are some countries that are saying now that data must be kept within national borders. This now opens that option to it. Doesn't matter. I mean, most cloud providers have 60 regions. There are close to 200 countries. So this provides those options that would otherwise not be available to organizations, with those requirements. So that's basically a huge change to basically make these services available on premises.
Yeah. Yeah, it is an interesting time. Oracle is not really doing anything that the rest of the world and the other industries aren't doing themselves, in the sense that everyone is kind of applying artificial intelligence and machine learning to their products and services to deliver a better customer experience. You know, Oracle is a leader in cloud, a leader in database, and we're just kind of doing that same thing. I think, you know, we're really entering a new era for database where, you know, people are going to be less and less involved in the administration, the security, the health of the database lifecycle. And by kind of using AI software automation and getting less people in that loop, you know, you're going to increase reliability, you're going to increase security, at the same time kind of lowering overall operational costs. So it's quite a change in the way people are going to consume a database experience and cloud in general through the whole stack.
You know, let's widen this out, which is that, you know, look at the times that we're in right now, and that we're in a period of, extreme upheaval in the global economy. That organizations are having to rethink their businesses and rethink their mix of products and services and how they deliver as basically we've been transitioning more towards a digital online economy, more virtual. Now, to what extent are these changes going to be permanent? To what extent are they temporary? To what extent are we going to be modifying? Well, part of this is that it's accentuating secular trends that are already ongoing, which is basically towards more digital business. But at this point, I don't think there's anyone that can really forecast what's going to be the ultimate impact on all, basically virtually any business, whether in manufacturing, whether in services, whether in business to business or B2C. And so what that means is that organizations really need to focus their energy on their business, on where their business is going. They cannot get involved, they cannot afford to get involved with having to work on basically, focus on just keeping the lights on, which is what traditional on-premise IT has been all about. And so that's essentially where a number of these innovations, for instance, like with Oracle basically introducing the autonomous database on-premise, and now also a dedicated region, making all services available. That's an important step in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, great. It's always great to get your insights, Tony. Thanks again, Tony. Appreciate your time.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so if you've enjoyed this discussion, please go check out Tony's white paper. He's done a lot of in-depth research in this area of IT modernization, and you'll find it a great read.